All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ignacio Activities Network. Looks like the game between the Ouray Lady Trojans and the Ignacio Bobcats, the LadyCats, will be getting started here in about the next 2 minutes. We will wait for the national anthem and also the introductions of the players, and then we will get going with this game.
Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome to Ignacio High School. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise for the ring ball headwear as we honor the United States of America and the men and women who serve to protect it, past and present, for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Today's volleyball game will be with the visiting Ouray Lady Trojans versus your Ignacio Lady Volleycats. Here are the starting players and coaches, starting with the visiting team, the Ouray Lady Trojans. Senior number 3, Kareem Lopez. Senior number 9, Kaylee Eddy. Senior number 5, Haley Coons. Senior number 1, Addie Means. Junior number 8, Alice Woods. Sophomore number 7, Balin McCurdle. Sophomore number 10, Luna Sandoval. Head coach Alex Dansico. Here are the starting players coaches for your home team, the Ignacio Lady LadyCats. Libero, sophomore number 2, Lacey Brunson. Senior number 5, Marissa Caballeros. Senior number 6, Charlize Valdez. Junior number 8, Lexi Young. Sophomore number 10, Grace Gonzalez. Sophomore number 12, Harmony Reynolds. Captain junior number 15, Alexis Ponting. Head coach Tony Seibel. Assistants Chloe Seibel, Tracy Strauss, Katrina Richards, and James Richards.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ignacio Activities Network, where we have our players coming out. Looks like it's going to be Ouray out here first, ready to set to start this game. That's going to be number 10, Kaylee Eddy, who's going to be serving the ball first. And we'd like to welcome back Dylan McCall, who's going to be calling the game again today.
And yes, welcome back. Very nice game over here. I don't know if these two teams have played this year. It's going to be interesting how this turns out. Looks like we got our stars on the floor here getting ready to serve number 10. Whistle's blown. And the first serve of the game is good, straight to Charlize Valdez. Set up and Lexi Young, nice spike. Very good first play. Strong start to this game. Looks like it's going to be turning over to Ignacio. Number 15, Alexis Pontine, serving. Serve is good. Right to number 9, who hits it a bit wrong. Hits it out of bounds, and it rolls into the hallway. Rolls down the alley like a bowling ball. Number 15 now serving. And again, the serve is good, straight to number 9. And they tip it over. That's going to be a point for Ouray. Tip it over, right over Alexis Pontine. Nobody's there behind her to back her up. Looks like number 0 is going to be coming in for number 7. Ouray looks like they have a pretty small team with only one sub. And the serve is good. Straight to Charlize Valdez. Sets it up to Marissa, who spikes it straight into the net. Not what you love to see. Now it's just going to be 2-2 here. Tied game. Early game here. Hits it to Charlize Valdez. Looks like Alexis Pontine. Hits it over to Lexi Young, and it bounces off the net straight back to them. That was a 50-50 chance that would have gone over or not. Looks like it didn't. The ball did not want to go to Ouray, so it stayed with Ignacio. Ball's good, and into the net. A lot of net hitting going on in here. Now up to serve, number 8, Lexi Young. Nice serve, and number 9 hits it with her forearm, but it goes out of bounds. And again, another serve straight into the net. This net is unstoppable today. Multiple points coming from the net on each team serving it multiple times into the net. Looks like it may continue this way unless they change their serving. And that one went a little bit over the net. It's a good serve and a nice play by Ouray. They're able to just hit it straight to number 10, Grace Gonzalez. A little bit out of her reach. She tries to hit it with one arm, but misses and makes bad contact with the ball and it goes out of bounds. And the serve is good again to Lacey Brunson. Harmony Reynolds hits it over. Ouray sets it up for a spike. Number 8 hits it over. Not a very good spike, not a strong one. I don't think they were trying to though. And Grace, it's a solid spike, but you can't go out of bounds with it. A little bit too much on that one. Too much power. Now Ouray, number 5, serving, hits it to Lacey Brunson again. Number 12, Harmony Reynolds just taps it over right in the middle. Nobody's there. Number 5 dives for it, but is unable to save it. Now number 10, Grace Gonzalez, will be serving for Ignacio. Hits it over. It's a good serve. Right in the middle. They dive for it and can't hit it over. And it looks like ball goes back to Grace Gonzalez. She readies for another serve. And it is right into the net. Second one from Ignacio into the net. Not a very fun spot to hit it. Net is the opposite spot you want to hit it.
You should tell them they weren't fishing today there, Dylan.
I should have told them, or should have told them bring their fishing poles instead of a net. And that's a point for Ouray now, 6-8. And that's a timeout for Ignacio trying to fix this early game here. And it looks like the Ouray's got a pretty nice little 2-point lead here. I mean, Ignacio can easily come back up from this, unless it's just too much for them. 2-point lead sometimes can be unstoppable. Now serving is number 8 for Ouray. 20 seconds left. Looks like both teams are ready though.
That's going to be number 8, Ainsley Wood, ready to serve the ball.
And the jumping serve is good. Looks like they set it up. Number 6 tries to spike it, but it's blocked by Ouray. Ouray hits it, and it looks like is a little bit of a far hit. Number 10 tries to go and get it, but kind of just flops the ball into the net like a fish. Number 5 hits it into the net. Another net hit by Ignacio. They cannot keep this up. One of the things that is very bad is when you keep hitting into the net like that. That's now 3 net hits. Now number 1 hits it over right in the middle. Grace Gonzalez tries to dive for it, but hits it under the net instead of over it. Number 1 will be serving again. Serve is good. Straight to Lacey Brunson again. And Lexus Pontine hits it over right to Ouray, and they're unable to recover the ball. And that's a point for Ignacio. Now serving number 12, Harmony Reynolds. Good serve straight to number 9. Looks like they hit it back over to Grace Gonzalez. And I don't know what Marissa's doing there. Must have judged it wrong because it kind of rolled down the side of the net there. And she didn't hit it and went to the ground. Now serving number 9 for Ouray. Hits it to Grace Gonzalez. Set up. Alexi Young spikes it to number 0. Ouray tries to spike it back, but did not spike it back. and goes into the net. A lot of net action here. 9-11 scores now. Number 6, Charlize Valdez hits it over. Marissa sets it up. And Alexis Pontine, nice spike right over their people. Right over their blockers. Into the middle of the floor. Nobody can stop it. I mean, it's one of the only lines of defense against a really good spike is those blockers there. And if you're unable to block it, it's almost always a guaranteed point. And it looks like Ouray's kind of scrambling out of bounds. And try to hit the ball over. That's a point for Ignacio. Charlize Valdez has a good streak going here, not hitting the ball into the net. Good serve. It looks like that'll be another point for Ignacio. Charlize Valdez doing a great job at serving here and not hitting it in the net. Dribbling the ball and getting ready. Ball's up. And is hit straight almost into the lights. Looks like number 9 hits it back over. And they're somehow able to save that. Marissa dives for it, and Charlize hits it over. And looks like Ouray hits it out of bounds. And looks like Charlize's serve is way out of bounds. Better tell Ouray's one person on the bench to watch out. Almost killed her. The rogue ball. Now number 10 for Ouray serving. And looks like it's good. Charlize Valdez hits it over, and Marissa almost spiked it into their own team's ground. But looks like Lex Young is behind her. And a nice spike, but bit tipped. And hit back over. And wow, looks like it was a bit too far. But somehow Alexis Pontine was able to hit that over. And Ouray was somehow not able to recover it. Either very good fortune or just pure skill. And very nice serve, straight to number 8. And they dunk it over. Very nice point. Very nice indeed. Alexis Pontine serving again. Straight to number 9. They set it up for 8 to spike over, and it is out of bounds. Way over. A little bit too much power. 16-12 here. Looks like Ignacio now has the lead on Ouray. Nice hit to number 9. And they set it up. Number 7 hits it over. Ready to hit it back over. Alexis Pontine hits it. And number 10 misses the ball, hits it off of her forearm and goes out of bounds. And looks like it'll be a timeout for Ouray. Now 17-12. Ignacio now has a 5-point lead on them. Surprised they came back from that 2-point lead that Ouray had. They're down 2 points and somehow they're able to get up to 17-12. So yeah, 37 seconds left here in this timeout here. Looks like Ignacio's ready. Ouray needs fast game here. They don't want to spend all however many games there are doing this back and forth stuff. Because they have less people than Ignacio. Ignacio can do rotations, while Ouray can only have one person going in or out. There's another point for Ignacio after this timeout. After the timeout. Alexis Pontine very good at serving here, not hitting into the net like at the beginning there. Hits it over, and wow, hits her in the jaw. Looks like she will not be talking for a while. That looked painful. I would not want to be hit in the jaw with that. Number 15, serve is good again. Number 10 dives for it, but is put right back over to Ouray. They set it up, number 8 spikes it, and it looks like that will be inbounds. That'll be a point for Ouray here. Now 0 rotating in for number 7 again. Ready to serve. And good serve. Ready to be spiked over. It tapped over right in the middle. Nobody's there. Number 0 tries to dive for it, but is unable to get it off the ground. Now number 12, Harmony Reynolds, is checking for number 2 on Ignacio. And Lexi Young will be serving. And wow. For serving that hard, I might as well order a full lobster buffet with that. Very hard serve. Second there, I thought we were at Red Lobsters. And number 5 just taps it over like a mortar right there. Hits it barely over the net. A lot of arc on it. And it looks like Ouray kind of served it to Ignacio, and they're able to just tap it back over. They're unable to spike it, really. And that's another time. That's Ouray's second time out for this set. Now up 21-14. Number 10, Grace Gonzalez, a good serve. Right to the back. Sets it up. And hit over by Harmony Reynolds is a point for Ignacio, now only needing 3 more points to win this set. Make the tide shift a little bit, 1-0. And number 10, Grace Gonzalez hits it over again, a good serve. They set it up for Charlize Valdez to spike it over. Right to the back, out of bounds. Number 0, or whoever was back there, just barely dodged the ball. It was coming straight for her head. And looks like number 8 for Ouray hits it over straight to Grace Gonzalez. They set it up. And Harmony Reynolds taps it over, but is ineffective. And that will be a point for Ouray. I mean, Harmony could have hit a bit more to the right, and I think that would have been more effective, but she kind of hit it to their person in the back there. They set it up and got a nice point. Number 8 for Ouray. Ball's up. And to Marissa. And it looks like nobody is on this side of the floor. I think that might be a strategy for Ouray, since they start, their front people for Ignacio start on the right side of the floor here. Or on the left side, or wherever you're sitting. And there's nobody there. And that was not the spot that I was talking about. That is, in fact, the middle of the net. Number 5, Marissa Carmeneros. Ready to hit the ball. Nice serve. Number 8. Number 9. Number 8. And to Ignacio. Now Lexi Pontine hits it over, slaps it to number 0. And Ouray sets it up for number 10 despite it get over. And it looks like the block by Harmony Reynolds is not good. Cannot get it, not get high enough. Hit it out. Now number 0 check in for number 7 on Ouray. Serve is good. Sets it up. Alexis Pontine, very powerful serve, inbounds. That's a point for Ignacio. Ignacio only needs one more point to score here. Looks like this first game might be going to Ignacio here. Harmony Reynolds hits it over into the net. And looks like we're reverting back to old habits here and hitting it into the net. Number 9 serving here. Can't hit it in the net this time or else the set will be over. Good serve to Lacey Brunson. Looks like Marissa sets it up. Alexis Pontine spikes it, but it's tipped and able to be recovered by Ouray. And that's a good play by Ignacio, having Lexi Young jump like that. And Alexis Pontine behind her, thinking that she's going to fake and have Alexis hit it. And she just tapped it right over. And that'll be the first set going to Ignacio here. 1-0 here. Ouray now down, have to win more games to win. Now in this second game here, since Ouray served first last time, number 15, Alexis Pontine will be serving first this time. See if Ignacio can get an early lead here. Serve is right over the net, straight to number 9. They set it up and hit it over. That would have been out of bounds, or it would have not been. I have no clue. And a good spike, but is blocked and unable to be saved, it looked like. Ouray tried to hit it back over, but kind of hit it in to themselves and didn't hit it far enough into themselves. Nobody was there since they already left their spot to get the ball. And it looks like she serves it in the net. Falling into old habits here, aren't we? And number 10 today, right now, be serving for Ouray. Hits it over. And wow, good serve straight to number 6. A good spike, but a bit too much. See if number 10 will hit another good serve here, or hits it in the net. And wow, another good serve straight to Lexi Young. Number 5 hits it over. Good hit right to number 0. She can't get it. She has to use one arm like a ping pong paddle. Hits it wrong though. It goes out of bounds. Number 2 checking out now for somebody that went in. Probably Harmony Reynolds. Number 8 Lexi Young hits it over to number 9. And number 8 for Ouray hits it back to Lexi Young. They set it up for Marissa to spike it. And it hits the roof, but luckily not with very much force, or else it would have come down with the force of 1,000 thunder strikes. And that's a point for Ignacio as they just tip it over. Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Now number 8, Lexi Young, hits it over. It's good. Right over the net. Barely over the net there. That's one of the times that you like to see it hitting the net, is when it just rolls over like that. Hopefully that did just not jinx her and hit it into the net. And it looks like I did jinx her, and she did hit it into the net. Number 2 checking in now for number 8, Lexi Young. Number 0 serving for Ouray. Good serve, right in the middle. And number 10, Grace Gonzalez, hits it back to the server. They set it up for 8 to spike it, but it is stopped and set up by Ignacio's own spike, and that is out of bounds. Way too much on that one. And now number 0 will be serving in 4-4 here. Sets it. It's good. Number 15 sets to Grace, a back set. And it looks like it is in. It's always hard to call those ones that are on that line like that, especially when it's a little bit outside of the line or inside. It's always hard. And the second serve in a row that went in the net. Ignacio's not having a very nice time serving today. Right now, anyways. Had a pretty good time serving earlier as they won 3-0 against the Mustangs, Nuclear. And that hits Lacey right in the chest. And it looks like they are able to hit it over into Ouray territory. And it looks like number 5 for Ignacio, Marissa Carmeneros, hits it over. Number 0, it almost hits the roof. And wow, number 6 tries to hit it back over or hit it straight up in the air, but it ends up hitting it out of bounds. Got hold of that one funny. Number 8 serving for Ouray. It's a good serve. Right into the roof. And Alexis Pontini, very strong thing as it almost goes into the basketball hoop off of number 0. Now number 2, Lacey Brunson goes out. And number 12, Harmony Reynolds will be serving. Good serve to number 0. They hit it straight up in the air so that they can hit it back over. Ignacio sets it. Looks like it's good to Ouray. And now Ouray, that was a weird play right there. No clue what's going on. There's a lot of setting into the net and over the net. See if Harmony can serve it not into the net here. And no, she cannot. She serves it into the net. And that is at least like half of Ouray's points right there, or over half of it, is Ignacio just serving it into their net. Serve is good. Set it up. And wow. That spike right there just knocked number 8 over. And that one, she wasn't able to recover that time. Man, that was a lot of force on that spike. It looked like the ball just hit her and she flew away, but might have just dove for it. Probably the case. Now number 6, Charlize Valdez serving for Ignacio. Hits it over. Ouray sets it up for number 0 to spike it down the middle. And it looks like it'll be out of bounds. A little bit to the left on that one. Timeout called. 10-7 in this first part here. 1 minute on the clock. Very close game. Well, not. Could have been. Pretty sure Ouray would have like 1 point right now if Ignacio didn't hit all the balls into the net, but yeah. Both teams come back out on the floor, ready for the ball to be in play in volleyball. Charlize Valdez hits it over. It's a good serve. Right, no one's there. Number 9 was closest person to it, but she isn't able to run fast enough to there. Number 6 hits it over again. This time number 0. Number 5 sets it up, and number 10 spikes it over. Ignacio sets up of their own spike. A lot more effective. That's a point, and it looks like we've got an injured player on the floor. Does not look good. Broken leg probably. But it looks like she's okay. And the ball is up to number 0. Sets it up. And it looks like 2 people try to hit it over at the same time, making it a little bit of a confusing play there. But anyways, they'll pull it off. And Ignacio sets up with a spike to Alexis, but it hits into the net. Was not the greatest spike ever. Ignacio again hitting into the net. Number 9 now serving for Ouray. Hits it over. Serve, Lacey Brunson, it's good. They set it up. Alexis Pontine hits it, and it looks like it'll be in. Very nice hit. That'll be, now Alexis Pontine will be serving. Starting from deep from back. Hits it over, the serve is good, straight to number 8. And she hits it back over. And it looks like Ignacio sets it up for Marissa to spike it over, and it is out of bounds. Little bit much on that one. Could have toned it down a little bit. Maybe she needs to skip the gym every once in a while. Bit too strong, that one. Now Ouray serves it over, and wow, I have no clue what happened there. Looks like number 0 and number 10 just sort of watched the ball go on the floor. Maybe it was just because each of them thought the other one was gonna hit it. And it looks like number 18, Soli Gosillo, will be subbing in, getting ready to block and deny all hits that come in there. She is like a 80mm howitzer anti-aircraft cannon. Very accurate. Can block down anything from the skies. And another serve into the net. That is like, I don't know, 10 of them this game probably. Number 7 up to serve. Dribbles the ball. Throws it up. Hits it. And it looks like it's to Charlize Valdez. Not very fun. Number 7 will be serving again. Throws it up. And the whistle's blown. Be good, sir. Thrown up. Hit over. Charlize again. Ignacio sets it up to Grace Gonzalez. She hits it over to number 7. And there's a lot of hitting it all over the floor. Lacey Brunson hits it. They set it for Grace Gonzalez to spike it. Very strong spike, but is able to be picked off the floor. But after it is hit out of bounds by the Ouray people. Serving now is number 10, Grace Gonzalez for Ignacio, while number 6 checks out for number 11. 15 to 11 now. Ignacio's got this nice little lead. And hits it into the net again. And wow, that is a lot of nets going on around here. Not very good serving from Ignacio here. But their plays, I don't know what to call them, plays after the serve, they're keeping them in this game. Set it up for Vanessa Gonzalez. Hits it over, and it looks like it is good. Number 10. And wow, it looks like there's another hurt player for Ouray. And looks like it'll be number 8 again. If she's out of the game, that'll be big change. That means that Ouray will no longer have any subs. Let's just hope that she's okay. And there's a lot of respecting going on at the moment by each team. Number 8 has had a lot of injuries, two injuries this game, matter of fact. And it looks like it's to her leg again. Maybe she does have a broken leg. When coach told them to go out there and break a leg, they did not mean it literal. That's just one of the side effects of playing dangerous sports. Looks like the trainer or coach or that person is seeing the ankle. Looks like she messed up her ankle. And that is something you never want to happen. Number 0 now running off the floor. Looks like she's no longer the libero. And number 0 is now number 3. Number 8 jumps up and down on her leg. Looks like the lady over there fixed her ankle pretty good. Unless it's still sprained or whatever happened. Broken. If Ouray is unlucky enough for this to happen, that'll change their amount of subs from 1 to 0, and they'll have to play the rest of the game. Or unless they forfeit or whatever. And it looks like they're going to be starting pretty soon here. They subbed her out. Now they're doing something, wrapping the number 8's leg. They might be amputating it right here. My mom always told me that would happen if I ever broke my leg. They would have to cut it off. Now pointing going around as they figure out their rotations here. They no longer have a libero. Number 0 was transformed into number 3. She lost her identity as the special one, the libero. That is one advantage that Ignacio has, is they have about infinite times more subs than Ouray. And number 5, Marissa Carmeneros, will be serving now. Pretty big shock here as Ouray lost their only sub. Serves good, number 9, but it is stopped and spiked under the net instead of over it. Looks like the set was a bit low to her, so she kind of just got a hold of the ball while swinging downwards. Serve is over the line, it looks like, and that'll be a point for Ouray. 17-13 now. Let's hope that Ouray doesn't get any more injuries. Otherwise, it'll probably be game over. Serve is good. And wow. Looks like Marissa lets the ball roll down the net before she hits it. Number 2, Lacey Brunson hits it to 5, who sets it up for Vanessa Gonzalez to spike it right in the back. Nobody is that far back. I don't know why they would be. It's a point for Ignacio, 18-13. Now number 12, Harmony Reynolds, will be checking in. Or number 18, Soli Cosillo. And now there's more murmuring going on. Very quiet out here. I think I'm the only one talking at this moment. Number 12, Harmony Reynolds, ready to serve the ball. And order in the court. It is served. And number 1 clobbers it out of bounds. Not quite behind her enough. Hits her hand wrong. Hits out of bounds. Number 12 will be hitting it again. Serving it again, I should say. Serve is good. Number 3 hits it wrong though. And it goes in the bleachers. Out of bounds. 20-13 now. Ouray looks like they lost a spark in their eye. They do not look very fun after their teammate broke their ankle. Now, number 10 spikes it over. And Harmony Reynolds tries to set it or hit it to Alexis Pontine, but a bit far and hits the net. That is one thing I haven't seen in a while, is Ignacio serving it into the net. Maybe they fixed their problem. And a good save by Lacey Brunson. She dives for the ball. And it looks like that ball is tipped. And that'll be a point for Ignacio. Now serving is number 11, Vanessa Gonzalez. Serve is good. Number 9. Looks like number 5 hits it back over to Ignacio. Marissa sets it up for Alexis Pontine. Does he spiked over, and it looks like it is barely inbounds by the hair of their teeth, by the skin of their bones. Looks like number 5 sets it to number 9 to be spiked over. Hits it to Lacey Brunson. Ignacio sets it to Grace Gonzalez, and wow, that almost goes out of bounds on the Ignacio court, well, on the basketball court. Bit far. Looks like we might be seeing a new problem with hitting it over instead of into the net. Number 9 spikes it over. Good serve. Alexis Pontine spikes it, and it's a good spike right between number 1 and 3. Nobody is able to get it. Now 23-15. Ignacio only needs 2 more points here. Alexis Pontine serve is right over the net. Got lucky there. Hopefully the net doesn't block this next one. And it does not. Looks like number 5 sets it to 10 for a spike. Now they set it back. Grace Gonzalez taps it over, and it's a point for Ignacio. That'll be game number 2. Now only 1 more game to go. Looks like Ouray will either make it or break it here. Now looks like everybody's leaving on Ouray while 2 people are going away. Number 8 on the sideline while they're doing ankle workouts, trying to fix it. Looks like both teams have an injured ankle person. On Ignacio, got Trendy Stroll. Then we got number 8 for Ouray. Both players injury. Now it looks like both teams are ready. Number 10 for Ouray will start this game off here. Smacking the ball into the ground a couple times for good luck. Hits it over, very high arc, but it looks like they did the thing with the 1, and it's a point for Ouray. Looks like those dribbles for good luck did help them. Another hit straight to Charlize Valdez. They set it up for Alexis Pontine to spike it. And a very nice spike straight to the corner, well, to the side. Looks like the ball is bowled back over. Number 15, Alexis Pontine, ready to serve the ball. And Zooey Mama. Looks like that hits one of their players on the back of the head. We should be wearing helmets or something in this sport. Very dangerous. Wow. No clue what happened in that one. It just kind of went straight to the back of their head. I mean, at least it didn't hit the net that time, so that's good. Looks like number 15 sets it up for Grace Gonzalez to tap it over. Straight into the middle, nobody's there. Number 10 tries to dive to save it, but it can't. Serving is number 8 now, Alexi Young. Maybe she'll be out for revenge. Alexis Pontine might want to watch her back here. Set it up. Number 8 hits it over. Alexis Pontine set up for Grace Gonzalez to tap over. Luckily, number 1 is right there and dives the ball and gets it. And the ball goes into the roof and is spiked over. Very powerful spike right over their people, right over their players' hands. And it looks like we've got number 8 back in the game. Didn't even notice. Ankle must be all healed now. And that looks like she serves it in the net again. Maybe if we got rid of the net or lowered it substantially, we'd be a bit better. Or maybe it's just because she now has physical damage after Alexis Pontine spikes it into the back of her. And it looks like Ouray blocks the ball. Nice early lead by 1. If they're able to hold this lead for the rest of the game, that'd be game. Number 5 hits it over. It's a good serve. Ignacio sets it over. And number 9 for Ouray spikes it over to Alexis Pontine, where Ignacio sets it to Grace Gonzalez, and it looks like it's blocked. That one was not able to go over their fingertips. Number 5 for Ouray. A very good serve right over the net. Number 12, Harney Reynolds, tips it. Can't really hit it over. Have to have a real super fast reaction time to get that ball. That's a timeout called. 3-6 here in this third set here. Ignacio only needs to win one more game. A lot of pressures on Ouray to pick up the slack here, win. Both teams down on the floor, ready to serve. Serves, whistle's good for the serve. Looks like throws up. And it's a good serve, straight to Ignacio. Number 12, Harmony Reynolds, spikes it over right to number 10, and they're unable to save it as number 8 almost messes up her ankle again on the chairs. Could have been a disaster there, messing up her leg for the 3rd time in the game. But luckily, no damage is done. Number 10 hits it over. Number 9. And wow. Looks like nobody was there, or nobody went for the ball. Must have thought Casper was there. Must have been some confusion on the floor. Number 10 hits it over and into the net. Wow. Another net hit. Ignacio has at least given Ouray 50 points now just to the net alone. Number 8 serving for Ouray, hits it over. It's good serve. Charlize Valdez hits it over and right back to Ignacio, where they're able to set up another one, but aren't able to spike it. Number 9 spikes it over. Straight to Alexis Pontine, hits her. Bit upwards, bit too flat and powerful, but they're able to recover it, and they set it up for Charlize Valdez to spike it. They do. Number 0 hits it, and they're able to save it. Now, tapped over. A lot of back and forth going on here, and ends up with out of bounds. And revived by her teammates. Resurrected. Picked off the floor. Number 5, Marissa Carmeneros serves it in the net. Wow. Haven't seen that one in a hot minute there. Well, unless we count 2 serves ago. Now number 1 serves it over. Set it up for Alexis Pontine to spike it in the middle. Right in the middle. It's a good spike. Good whacker. Number 12, Harmony Reynolds serving for Ignacio. Serve is good. Skims the roof. And hit back over to Ignacio. And it hits the roof again and it bounces down onto the floor. Ricocheted off the roof with a lot of force there and just drove it straight into the ground. Serving for Ouray is number 9 now. Hits it up. Serve is into the net. Looks like Ouray may be copying Ignacio's strategy here. Not sure if they want to do that, especially since that's one of the only things keeping them in the game. Number 6 serving now. See if they can get it over the net. And it looks like she made it over the net. Now number 8 spikes it back over. And Grace Gonzalez spikes it out of bounds. Sadly, one of their only good serves is point for Ouray. 8-10 now. Ouray's got a quite small lead on them. Would want to keep this lead or extend it even. Probably would be better, but you never know what would happen. And that is a very powerful spike. Straight to the ground. Probably broke the sound barrier there. Surprised the ball was not popped by the force of that. And number 15, Alexis Pontine hits it over. She learned, she hit some arc on it. Doesn't hit the net. Number 9 hits it to back row. And Grace Gonzalez spikes it. And that's a point for Ignacio. A good serve and a good play. And a nice catch by the cameraman. And bowled over to number 15. Let's see if she can hit it over the net again. Twice in a row. Can it be done? And it is done. It is 3 times in a row on the table. Or that I might just be getting ahead of myself, but I think I smell 3 times in a row making it over the net. And it's up. It's over again. Ouray gets it. And number 9 spikes it into the net. It looks like Ignacio and Ouray traded places. Now 10-12. Ouray's lost their marginal 2-point lead. And the serve is again good. See, Alexis Pontine has been serving pretty well in all of the games. She's a very nice server. Looks like Lexi Young just taps it over and is bong. Good thing Gate didn't injure again. Otherwise, that would have been bad. Now 13-10. Ignacio's on a roll here. And there's a timeout called on the floor. Looks like Ouray has lost their lead of 2 points. Now both teams back on the floor. Alexis Pontine, hopefully she can keep this roll of not hitting into the net going here. Hits it. And it's over. And it's in bounds too. Very nice serve right in the back. Looks like the person sitting on the bleachers over there must be a professional bowler. He's got spin on it and everything. And it's again a good serve. Alexis Pontine being very important to the team right now. Has probably got 10 points in the last, I don't know, minutes. however many minutes. And serve is over again and hit by 9, tipped out of bounds. Looks like number 0 will be checking in for number 1. And the serve is good again. Hit by number 8 and 5, and then spiked over by number 8. Ignacio gets it, and number 10, Grace Gonzalez, spikes it out of bounds, ending their roll of Alexis Pontine's serves over the net. Now number 7 for Ouray serving. And the hit is good to Lacey Brunson. They set it up, and number 8, Lexi Young, hits it over. A very nice hit. They're unable to hit it over the net. It's a point for Ignacio. Number 8, Lexi Young, will be now serving after that point. And it looks like we were able to hit it over the net again, and it rolls on the roof a couple times. Very high hits. Good thing it did not hit any lights, otherwise it would have been a goner like all the Lost Souls already. As you can see, the lights are littered with balls on top of them. Set it up, number 8 just taps it over. Lexi Young. They set it up. Marissa tries to hit it over, but hits it into the net instead. Well, at least it wasn't on the serve. Now serving is number 5 for Ouray. Nice serve. Grace Gonzalez gets it, and they set it up for her to spike it, and it is good. 18-12 now. Looks like Grace Gonzalez will be serving it. Last time she served it, first hit straight into the net. See if she changed it. And it looks like she and all the rest of her team changed it. Changed a lot. They're able to hit it over the net now. Number 9 misses the ball, hits bad, makes bad contact with it, and does not go over the net. And wow, it looks like number 10 dove for the ball, but ended up ducking underneath of it. If it was dodgeball, she would have been good. But it looks like she just misjudged the trajectory of the ball. Now only needing 5 more points. Ignacio is on the last little strip here. And it looks like National will only be needing 4 more points now. That's a timeout by Ouray. Ouray will really be needing to make a comeback here, down by 9 points. National needs 4 to go to win this game. They'll also need to win the next 2 games if they want to win this. The odds are stacked against Ouray right now. National has to not choke and win this. Looks like some very powerful motivation speech going on by Ouray over there, getting everybody already up. For 10, Grace Gonzalez. Make sure not to hit it in the net, otherwise that might bring back the curse. And it's a good serve. Nobody is there in the back. Now 22-12. Nash up by 10 now. Our 10, Grace Gonzalez, doing just as good a job as Alexis Pontine and not hitting the net. And 9 tries to hit it, but hits her arm weird and goes out of bounds underneath the chair. Looks like it is tired of being hit. Might have to call ball protective services. Number 10 sets it up. Another good serve to number 9. And it goes into the bleachers, now wanting to become a viewer of the volleyball game instead of a ball. And this might be the game point here. If Grace Gonzalez can serve it not into the net, that would be a spectacular play. And it looks like she doesn't serve it into the net. It looks like Ouray serves it into the net. Instead, it is game 25-12. I think we'll need now to call an ambulance for the net after all of this abuse it's been receiving this game. The ball has been hit into it so many times, I think probably developed some sort of trauma and many bruises. Very nice game between the two teams. And bye.
And once again, thank you for joining the National Activities Network. So that was Dylan McCall on the call with the game. Final score, Ignacio 3 sets to Ouray 0. Join us next time for the next games here on Ignacio Activities Network.